Hello world, I am Lena from Infected Rain and you're watching Grasser Production.
Hi everybody, this is Grasser Production. My name is Izzy and today I'm sitting here with Lena of the band Infected Rain. Hi Lena, how are you doing?
Actually really good, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, living the dream.
Okay, that's great. So you're on tour recently with Lacuna Coil and Eluveitie.
I know, it took me forever to remember how to pronounce the name of the band.
I talk too fast.
No, it's okay. It's just a really tricky one for sure.
Yeah. So how has it been so far?
Really good, actually. We got to know each other closer. We knew each other like before because we shared the stage together and we played some festivals together. With Lacuna Coil, we actually have been on tour as well. And it was amazing because we clicked very fast and we've been in touch since then. So it's been really, really awesome to like get to know each other better, learn from each other, and like share life experience, musical experience. But in general, just sharing the stage is a big honor. They are musicians with bigger experience, definitely, and the crowd that they have is totally different than ours. So it's really challenging to be discovered by this new crowd, new type of people. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, really cool. Okay, and you just released your latest album.
Correct.
Which is called Endorphin.
Yes.
Why did you choose this name?
Well, I think Endorphin is something that we all need in general, but especially us as a band. This music is our happiness, is the hormone of happiness for us, so it's like metaphorical. Ironically, it really became it became my medicine because I had a really rough year and a half, and while we were writing this album and composing, I've been going through a lot of downs in my life, a lot of depression, anxiety, problems, situation that I was not really ready for. So I think that Endorphin is basically the perfect definition of all these emotions together, and then the relief that you feel after listening to the album. At least for us, it's like happiness. You've been through all that, and now you are in that limbo of just whatever it is, it feels good now,
So this is the main concept of the record?
I think so, yes.
Okay, and who chose the art of the record?
Actually, the art is fully created by us.
Okay.
Yes. It was very difficult to find a proper art for this album, actually. A lot of artists worked on it. The artist that did our previous 2 albums worked on the idea of this album as well, and for some reason it just didn't work out well. Artists from the label worked on it as well, and it was not what we needed. Until we took the situation under control and we decided to just try to create what we feel like would be this image of Endorphin and the image of the music and all the songs together. So we chose excuse me, we chose this heart, and the hands that represents the band, and the heart is our heart that we give to people and to the to the music, to the stage. And if you see, there's a wire around the hands. It's actually a microphone wire. So it's partially about microphone, vocals, what I am sacrificing and giving, and at the same time together with the band. The band is the hands and the heart is the music that we're giving away, There's also a little guy, the little rat, in the artwork. In fact, we chose to work around the rat because we discovered when we were studying what exactly endorphin is and how it was discovered, that they discovered this particular thing while doing some experiments on rats with electricity. Apparently, endorphin is the hormone that protects us from the pain.
Okay.
And it releases to the body after the pain.
Okay.
So it was kind of pretty cool to work around that and to like bring it, because pain, we all go through pain, and there's a lot of pain in the lyrics of the songs of this album. So I think it came out really awesome.
Okay, it's very beautiful.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
okay, please tell us a bit about your how you write songs. Who writes? You write the songs?
So the whole procedure is a little bit, I wouldn't say complicated, but it's a little bit probably different than other bands, because as you know, I live away from the band. So the main songwriter is our guitar player Vidik. He always was. He is the founder of the band as well. He's a very creative guy, for multiple reasons. Obviously, other musicians bring some ideas as well. Some of the songs have most of their ideas, some of the songs have less of their ideas. But in the end, they get like polished. The songs get polished by all of them together. So like the drummer has a lot of ideas very often as well, and he likes the idea of Vidik, and then he brings his part of drums, and he's like, okay, this kind of drums will like be amazing with what you wrote, or something like that, right? So they work on it. You can say that it's a group work. Now I write the lyrics for Infected Rain, and I create the melody for the vocals. Most of the times I work with Vidik as well, because he's my best friend and he is my partner in crime since the beginning of the band. So I trust him completely in the taste of music. So and he trusts me, which is amazing. So we come out with like certain little cool ideas together, but mainly I create the melody for the vocals as well. Okay. So yeah.
And where do you go? Where do you get all your inspiration?
Literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes, life inspires me. You know, I write about people, situation I'm in. You know, it doesn't matter how bad or good. I write about love, about depression, about certain things that like bother me, and I can't sleep about, or you know, things like that. Literally everything can inspire me. I try to write about what surrounds me, because I feel like when you do so, then you're sincere about what you're doing, and then when you're on the stage, people are going to feel you and be like, I can feel that, I can relate, I know that, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works for me like that.
And what's your favorite song on Endorphin?
It's very difficult to choose, but I think I'm going to choose Tapiphobia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why?
I think it's the most depressed and the most emotional at the same time song I ever did in my whole career.
Okay.
Very heavy emotionally. In fact, I'm very scared to play it live. We are not playing it live yet, but we will.
Okay.
Next year. Yeah, it's a very powerful song for me.
Okay. You also shoot very creative videos.
Thank you.
For example, for Black Gold. Who has the ideas for it?
It depends. It's all kind of together. Sometimes, like with Black Gold, it's funny because for Black Gold, while I was writing the lyrics, I was like, it would be so cool if we could do a lot of gold and I can throw up gold, and so let's do that, you know, like I was so excited about it and so hyper about it, and I was sharing these ideas with Vidik, and then he was sharing with the boys. And then when we finally put the lyrics together with the song, we were like, well, we definitely have to shoot a music video for this song, definitely. Obviously, then when we sat down with the director of the music video, he came out with his own ideas and we put them together. Usually that's how it works, yeah. I created all my looks for that music video, which I do for most of the music videos. And yeah.
So it sounds you like video shoots, or is it more like that you're bored of it?
Oh no, it's so much fun. Okay, so much fun. It's like creating an art.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Okay, so your band was founded in 2008? That's
Basically, we started rehearsing and fooling around in the end of 2007.
okay.
But our first show was in the summer 2008. Yes, so we kind of started
Okay.
counting from there.
Okay. So did you ever expect that you release so many records and that you play all around the planet?
Well, I will be honest with you. With the first time, I was never in another band. Infected Rain is first band for me. So that first show,
I read that you never had sang before.
no, never,
Okay.
never. So when I first had that first show, after the first or the second song, I knew that I want to do this as long as possible. So yeah, I was very stubborn about it, and we worked hard, and I knew we're gonna continue and continue and continue, and we're not gonna stop. There's no chance.
Fantastic.
For you to get away.
Okay, so how would you describe the band to people that have never heard about you?
Well, I think we are a very real and emotional music genre. And I know even people that don't listen to metal really enjoy to be at our shows. I heard that multiple times.
Okay.
And yeah, I think you should give it a try.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. So after being independent for a decade, you signed with Napalm Records.
Correct.
What was the main reason and what changed since then?
Well, I can't tell you much about what changed because it's not been that long yet. But we've been independent for 10 years. First it was our choice, and then we started getting a lot of contracts and propositions, and people wanted to work with us, which was nice. Some even really big names. I'm not going to name anybody, but for some reason it never sounded right. Neither what they wanted from us or what they were proposing to us. So we were just continuing doing our thing, Napalm was one of the first actually who wrote to us 4 or 5 years ago. And, they just kept in touch for this long. And although we never gave them a full answer, they never took it personal. They never were mad at us that we are not giving them an answer or anything. And Napalm was very insistent, but at the same time, very friendly. So they really, really like the band, and they really like what we are doing. So we never felt pressure or never felt even a little bit of a hint of we would change this for you to be bigger. We always, I think every band has this fear a little bit that, when people come on board, they will try to make some, shape you into something else so you can bring money, right? Obviously, money is part of it. This is show business, Obviously, money is a good bonus for a good work. For any work, you should get money. It doesn't matter if it's artwork or any kind of work, right? But it should still be about personalities, about art, about feelings, about emotions. And we felt like with Napalm, we can still be ourselves. In fact, with Endorphin, they never changed anything, and they loved everything that we gave them so far. 4 music videos, the whole album and the artwork and everything. On the other hand, we actually finally have people on board that want to bring the band to another level. So it's really difficult to get after a certain step when you're independent. You need certain paperwork and visas and permissions and all that kind of stuff that you need people behind your back to be okay, we're gonna help you with this and with that, so you can go and actually play in America, in Asia, in Africa, I don't know, whatever it is, It's not easy, unfortunately, especially for a band that comes from an Eastern European country that is not even part of the European community, There's a lot of underwater stones that people don't realize that the bands have to go through. So in order to avoid those things and those problems or situations, you really need somebody that understands what they're doing, you know? Because trust me, we got a lot of shit before, like people that don't want to pay you, people that don't even show up, shows that are booked and don't even happen. Oh yeah, happens. Oh yeah, trust me. And only because we have such a great fan base, only because we have so many people believing in us, we were actually able to never give up and still continue doing and doing and doing and doing, you know? So here we are now with Napalm, that is going to, you know, just help us, you know, travel more, do more music, and not worry about being your own booking agent, your own manager, your own artist, your own secretary, your own everything, you know? So we're trying small steps.
Okay, well, that's great.
Yeah.
I think you hear this question a lot because you're from Moldova.
Yes.
And to be honest, I haven't heard anything about the battle scene over there.
There's none.
Okay, so you're one of the first bands that is...
We are probably the first band, especially in alternative scene, that got signed with the label in the history of Moldova, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
It is. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot of amazing and talented musicians. A lot. Some of them even way more worthy than me or anybody else in the band. But unfortunately, the possibilities and the belief, like, in yourself, sometimes is not enough. So unfortunately, not too many bands start touring and going outside, and Moldova doesn't give you much opportunity. And I hope a lot of people are going to see this interview and are going to do something about it, because there's no clubs to play, there's nothing to show, and to be able to, like, at least present yourself, right? We barely make like a show a year in our own country. And when we do, we barely have 300 people.
Okay.
But it's not because we don't have fans. It's because it's a very poor country. Some of the people can't afford to go to a show. The other people are like, they're local, we're gonna see them next time.
Okay.
Other people, they can do all that, but they just have families, and then, you know, like, I don't know, it's just very, very difficult. It is.
That's sad.
It is very sad. And as I said, I hope somebody's gonna finally do something about it. And we do have some really brave people that once in a while open a bar or a, like, alternative pub or something, and shows are actually happening sometimes. But unfortunately, they don't last long. Or we have organizers. We have, like, some people that organize shows. So they go and they rent a place for a show, they rent another place for a different show, and that's how sometimes something is happening. I love when I go to Moldova sometimes to go to shows even. As I said, unfortunately, it's very rare and very small and very sad.
Okay.
But yeah, but we do have a lot of good musicians, a lot. My generation older, generation younger, a lot. Like, I hear about them, I see them once in a while. But yeah, unfortunately, they tour a little, Romania, Ukraine, some go even further, like Bulgaria, Hungary, even a little bit further, but for 1 year, 2 years, and then they give up.
Okay. So.
We do have other musicians, though, in the less heavy music that became very big, like, you know, other bands. But if we're talking about metal, it's a sad story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you like the most about band stuff, and what are you tired of?
Band stuff?
Yes.
Well, I think I like the most, you know, being able to visit so many countries and share your music with so many people, be able to actually, you know, release your heart, and like, it's almost like going to like to have a, like, therapy. You know, some people need doctors for that. I need stage for that.
Okay.
That helps me. What I hate? I don't think I hate much. I mean, there are things that annoy me, like cold.
Okay. Okay.
I hate being cold so much, and it's very important to be, you know, warm, because you sing and you have to sound well. drunk people annoy me sometimes because I love to go out and talk to people, especially after the show. And very often, like, drunk people, they don't like control their behavior very much, so it annoys me a little bit. I try to be very patient, but sometimes I'm not. I'm like, dude, fuck off. Sorry for my French. But other than that, everything is peachy.
Okay. When you're not on tour or in the studio, what are you doing in your free time?
I do many things. I like to be creative, so I try to do a lot of photo shooting. I work with different photographers. I have little projects, like I have, this year I released the second calendar. I had one last year, one this year. I'm working on a lyric book right now. I have a really big following on Patreon and on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel where I share a lot about what I do, what I like, a lot about the band, a lot about me as a person. Yeah, thanks to the army of people that believe in me and in Infected Rain, I'm able to actually be more creative. If we're talking about what I do for my own, like, relaxing time, I like, I'm pretty, like, simple. I think pretty boring. I like to read, hiking, watch movies, cook sometimes. I like to hang out with my dog.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for newcomers, for example, especially for female-fronted?
Well, for female-fronted, I would say stop thinking that you are different because you're a girl. No. Stop. When you're going to stop that, everything is going to be awesome. You're not different because you're a girl, and you're not different because you're a boy or whatever. Just follow your heart. It doesn't matter how old are you, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you come from, what country, what language you're speaking. It doesn't matter if you're a girl or boy. Just do what you love. And if you're doing that with your heart, and if you believe in yourself, people are going to believe in you. So that's what I think.
Fantastic. So,
thank you.
What are your main goals for the future?
With the band?
Yes.
Oh, as always, to conquer the world.
Yeah.
And play everywhere, literally, if possible.
Is there anything on the list?
Everywhere, literally.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. No exceptions. I would like to be everywhere if possible.
Okay, and what's up next?
Well, next year is really promising. We're having a lot of good proposals, so I think next year is going to be, the world is going to be infected.
Okay.
Can't wait for that.
So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having
your
me.
time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure, yes. And all the best.
Thank you.
Bye bye.